keep it. I can go to 7:40. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari Tira परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की द्वारकापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की गंगमयी यमुनमयी की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की समावेत भक्त वृंद की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की वर्तमान आचार्य वृंद की ब्रह्म माध्व गौड़ीय गुरु शिष्य संप्रदाय की श्री श्री गौर निताय की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshukavannilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishthiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class this morning. On this first day of the new year, today is what, first, right? First 2024. So let us decide this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, fourth chapter, text number 7. Yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupatya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha gopayati vibhur vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti Matajis yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha gopayati vibhur yatha samyacchate punaha yam yam shaktimupashritya purushakti parapuman atmanam kridayan kridan karoti vikaroti cha yatha as gopayati maintains vibhuhu the great Yatha, as. Samyachate, winds up. Punaha, again. Yam yam, as. Shaktim, energies. Upashitya, by employing. Purushaktihi, the all-powerful. Paraha, the supreme. Puman, the personality of Godhead. Atmanam, plenary expansion. Kridayam, having engaged them. Kridam, as also personally being engaged. Karoti, does them. Vikaroti, and causes to be done. Cha, and translation purport by His Divine Grace, as Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world and in the sporting spirit of a player. Please repeat. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. So Lord's different expansions are explained. Vishnu Sutreni Rupani Purushakyanyatho Viduhu Ekastam Mahataho Srishtir Dvitiyam Anda Samstitam Tritiyam Sarvabhutastam Taninyatva Vimuchyate. There are three expansions of Krishna. First one does Ekastam Ekam tu Mahataha Srishtir. He creates millions of universes from the pores of his body. Who is that? And what is another name for him? Karanadaksha Vishnu, yeah. And then Dvitiyam Anda Samstitam. Who is that who enters into each Anda, Brahmanda? Garbhodaksha Vishnu, who lies at the bottom of the universe by expanding waters for half the universe. He fills with waters and then he lies down in that, in the Ananta Shesha. Tritiyam Sarva Bhutastam, who is that? Ksherodaksha Vishnu, or we call him as Paramatma, Antaryami. He's called by different names. These are all expansions. And not only that, he occupies every atom. And he also occupies the heart of 8.4 million species of life. He's present everywhere. And he also resides in a place in the universe, in the Milk Ocean, where the demigods can go and approach him, headed by Brahma, whenever there is a calamity or trouble by the Asuras. So he's the same Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So the one who resides in our heart is Kshirodaksha Vishnu. But our heart should become like milk, not like dahi. And then he'll come and reside, isn't it? So, in this way, these are the three expansions of the Lord for creating this material world and for maintaining this material world. Therefore, the Lord has arranged, like Mahavishnu creates and Kshirodaksha Vishnu maintains by, pacifying the demigods and controlling the demons and everything, isn't it? And Garbhodaksha Vishnu imparts knowledge to Brahma how to do the secondary creation. In this way, these are all expansions of the Lord in creating, maintaining and running the material phenomenal world. And what are his different energies? Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. These are all different energies of the Lord. Lord develops a Icha. And Jiva develops a Icha for enjoying independently. Lord develops a Icha to create the material world. That is his desire. Okay, you have made up your mind to be separate from me. I'll create a facility for you to enjoy separately. Just like a little girl goes to her mother and adamantly demands that I want to cook in the kitchen. So, and then that little girl is watching from there. So I'm talking about the little girl, little child. So she says, Mama, I want to cook in the kitchen. You go and relax today. Mother, no, she cannot cook. So then the mother arranges for one kitchenette, toy kitchenette, maybe this size, which has got all toys, cooking stove and vessels and everything. Then mother says, you cook in that room, I'll cook in this room. So then the little child goes there to cook, and then by noon she's very hungry. And she finds that all I was doing was only a plaything, which can't provide me real nourishment. Then she goes to kitchen and says, Mama, give me what you have cooked now. Like that, all of us are like those living entities. We have come to this world to imitate the Lord in cooking, in doing activities. Uh, and you are doing your lila, I will do my lila. Like that, we say, okay, try your lila. We come here, and then after that, you get fed up with our lila. Then we say, now I surrender to you. Okay, go back. Then the real happiness comes from doing lila with the Lord. You go back. So therefore, Krishna has created this world by expanding himself in these three forms. And also other forms like Lord Shiva does Tandava and does Samhar. He destroys the universe. And Brahma does the secondary creation. If nobody is qualified to become Brahma, Lord himself becomes Brahma. Like that. And he has other energies like Indra and Lokapalas and all. So in this way, even all of us are also expansions of Krishna. But we are called as Vibhinna Amsha. Vibhinna Amsha means we are tiny parts and parcels. Prabhupada says in one place, we are all tiny samples of Krishna. He says that. But we are Vibhinna Amsha. We are not Swamsha. Swamshas are all personality of Godhead, worthy to be worshipped. And Vibhinna Amshas are all tiny parts and parcels who are separated expansions. They are supposed to become servant of the Lord and worship the Lord. But why Prabhupada says we are tiny samples of Krishna? Because we have similar qualities like the Lord. So like if you take a drop of water in the ocean, you see it's the same quality of the ocean, isn't it? So we have similar qualities. But being Vibhinna Amsha, separated part and parcels, we have certain unique characteristics. Like for example, we tend to fall down, whereas the Lord can never fall down. Like for example, a drop of water, for example, imagine as a spark of fire. If it touches even one glass of water, it can get extinguished. Whereas in the sun, even if you pour buckets of water, it cannot be extinguished. In the sun, whatever you pour, it'll evaporate it immediately. So that is the difference between the Jiva and the Lord, isn't it? In a drop of water, there are no whales. In the ocean, there are timingalas. In a drop of water, there are no waves. In the ocean, there are waves. A drop of water cannot wreck a ship, but an ocean can wreck a ship. A drop of water has a small quantity of salt. The ocean has huge quantity of salt. These are all difference aspect. There is similarity aspect, there is difference aspect. Therefore, there is achintya bheda avedadatma. So, and in this way, we are also energy of the Lord. There is a material energy which is achetan or jada. And then there are spiritual energies like all of us. We are chetan. And amongst his energies, the topmost energy is Lord's Shakti. Like we say, Bhagavan, Bhagavati. Shaktiman, Shakti, we call like that. So Bhagavan is Lord endowed with 6 opulences, master. And Bhagavati is his Shakti. Shakti, Shaktimati or Abhedaha, it is said. Lord and his Shakti have very similar resemblance, similar qualities. The main difference is Shakti is always subordinate to the Lord and Shakti fulfills the desires of the Lord. These two are unique characteristics of Shakti. When the Shakti is subordinate to the Lord and fulfills the desires of the Lord, Shakti is most happy, isn't it? So we call original Shakti is Para Shakti. Why? Para means transcendental. Transcendental Shakti. In that also, Shakti, there are 3 manifestations you will see. Yashoda is a mother. Srimati Radharani is Ardhangini, who is half of the body of the Lord, who is internal potency. And then he has external potency. All 3 are Shaktis. So in the external potency, Subhadra, who comes as sister potency, mother potency, like consort potency. In the Shaktis also they manifest in 3 ways. If you see, Durga comes from Subhadra. Therefore, Durga is sister potency. Yogamaya also comes from Subhadra. So therefore, she is sister potency. So Yogamaya, Mahamaya, Subhadra, they are all sister potency. Radharani and Lakshmis, all the Lakshmis. Devi Lakshmi Mayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanti Sammohini Para, that's another verse. Govinda Anandini Radha Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasva Sarva, Kanta Shiromani. He says the Kanta Shiromani, she is actually the chief of all the Lakshmis also. So in the Vaikuntha, all the Lakshmis come from Srimati Radharani. In the Dwaraka, the queens of Dwaraka, prominent queens, they're all actually coming from Srimati Radharani's expansions. So Radharani is the original Shakti, internal potency. And from her, these internal potencies come. And Lakshmi is also internal potency. Dwaraka queens are internal potency. They all come from Srimati Radharani. So the consort potency expands as Sita, from Radharani, Sita, and Lakshmis, and Dwaraka queens. And they're all, and also the Kaya Vyuha gopis, the 8 gopis in Mayapur whom you see, they're all expansions of Radharani directly. And others are Nitya Siddha gopis and all that, they are different. So in this way, these are all internal potency expansions. And then the mother, there is Yashoda. So Yashoda is the original mother. The original motherhood starts from spiritual world between Yashoda and Krishna. Anywhere you see a mother and child, immediately you should remember, oh, this is mother and child fondness has come originally from Yashoda and Krishna. So from that Yashoda, many other expansions can come also, like Sachimata, for example. She is also Yashoda. Similarly, Kapila's mother, who is that? Devaki. They're all coming from that original motherhood of Yashoda. They're coming like that. Similarly, Meru Devi and Nabhi, they developed a desire to have Lord as their child. So similarly, Devaki, similarly, Prishni, Sutapa, Aditi, Kashyapa, all this motherhood comes from Yashoda's motherhood originally. So in this way, Lord has many Shakti potencies. There's Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, in which we have. These are 3 prominent energies. In the spiritual world, there is Sambit Shakti, Kladini Shakti, and Sandhini Shakti. Sandhini is the expansion of all the existential potency, which means the spiritual world and all the paraphernalia, like the table, like this cloth and this vyasas, and all these things are Sandhini potency in the spiritual world. And Samvit potency is the knowledge potency. And Kladini potency is the pleasure potency. Pleasure potency is presided by Srimati Radharani. Kladini. And in this way, Kladini and Sambit put together are called Swarup Shakti. And the Sandhini is presided by Balramji. So these are all actually Shaktis of the Lord, you see. Various Shaktis. Lord has many spiritual Shaktis, material Shaktis, Dicha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. And also Brahma Shakti, Vishnu Shakti, Shiva Shakti, they are also called Shaktis. And Brahma Shakti is Saraswati, Shiva Shakti is Gauri, or Parvati, and Vishnu Shakti is Lakshmi. And Lakshmi has 8 forms called Ashta Lakshmi, and they all offer different type of opulences upon the devotees like that. They are all Shaktis actually. Then you can add further Kinetic Shakti, Potential Shakti, Chemical Shakti, electrical Shakti. These are all also material energies. They are all coming also. Like he says, Natad Bhaseti Suryo Nashashanko na Pavaka, he says. Pavaka is actually fire potency or electrical potency. Even Bhaumasara had used electric barbed wires in his palace so that no enemy can come in. So in this way, these are all energies of the Lord, different energies. So repeat the translation again. Kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. Have you seen a spider? How the spider is sporting? It stays in the middle. It makes the cobweb. It's a very complicated thing, making the cobweb. In Discover Yourself course we showed Isana. It makes a very, very long cobweb. And then after that it sits in the middle. Does it get entangled? No. Like Vishnu is lying in the middle and all the universes come from him. So he doesn't get entangled there. But those tiny jivas who are fascinated by the the cobweb of the material world, the glitter and glamour, they get stuck in that. That's why it's said in the sportive spirit of a player, it is said. So Lord is creating the world, and then he is winding up. By exhaling, he is creating. By inhaling, he is winding up, isn't it? Yasyaganishvasita kalamathavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanaataha Vishnu armahansa yasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya eka nishvasita means one breathing. Yasya eka nishvasita kalam, that much duration. Ata avalambya, depending on that one exhalation period, many Jagadandanathas. Who's Jagadandanath? No, Brahma. Jagadantanatha is Brahma, the leader of every universe. One person is made the leader, Jagadantanatha. They're all folding the palms, Pahimam, Pahimam, Rakshamam, Rakshamam. They know that Lord has created me and put me as a leader in this world, and they're all the universe are going to enter back into him. In that column, in that avadi period, the universes are created and annihilated. Brahma's lifespan in this universe is 3.11 trillion, 40 billion years. You can calculate that. Sahasra Yoga Paryantam Maharyad Brahmano Viduhu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vido Janaha Bhutagramasa Evayam Bhutva Praliyate Ratriagame Avashapartha. So this is coming in Bhagavad Gita. So Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, 1,000 Divya Yugas constitute one Brahma's day. One Divya Yuga means Chatur Yuga. That means 1,000 Chatur Yugas constitute one Brahma's day. Another 1,000 Chatur Yugas constitute Brahma's night. Like that one can calculate. You can arrive at Kali Yuga period is 4,32,000 years. Dwapara is twice. Treta is thrice. And Satya Yuga is 4 times. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, it makes it 10. So 4,32,000 becomes 40,32,000 for one Divya Yuga. Then calculate for 1,000 Divya Yugas. That is Brahma's day. Like that you can make. Now Brahma's 50 years are over now. Half Brahma's age is over now. Another half age is remaining. So in this way, the Shastras give very vivid explanation about Brahma's lifespan. You can see how long is Lord's exhalation and inhalation. Yogis also try to practice long breathing. There was one yogi in Haridwar. He showed he can breathe for 7 minutes. He can exhale and then inhale. They practice long breathing. They practice slow breathing. If you hold the breath after 2 minutes, you will be in trouble. You can see that. But Lord can breathe such a long breath, 3.11 trillion, 40 billion years. Isn't it? Yeah. One time in Chaubari temple, Maharaj had given us one team of devotees, leaders, to come together and sort out some issues. So we were sitting almost 4-5 hours. His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu, Shamanath Prabhu, Govind Prabhu, Gaurang Prabhu, myself, 5-6 of us were there. After 4-5 hours, Maharaj was just going round and round and chanting in the temple. And he would just watch us having a meeting. And then 2 o'clock, he called us to his room. So, is the problem solved? He asked. Sorry, Maharaj, it is still, almost half we have solved, he said. Then he said, all the problems will be solved when Mahavishnu inhales, he said. Said, no more problems. So he exhales and he inhales. So, in this way, Lord, with his different energies and different expansions, is creating, maintaining, annihilating the phenomenal world and the sportive spirit of a player. Let us read the purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki. Please, one of you read it for me. You can take the mic. You can see from here.
Yeah. In the Katha Upanishad 2.13, the Supreme Lord is described as the chief eternal being amongst all other eternal individual beings. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. And the one Supreme Lord who maintains innumerable other individual living beings. Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. So all living entities, both in the conditioned state and in the liberated state, are maintained by the Almighty Supreme Lord. Such maintenance is affected by the Lord through his different expansions of self and three principal energies, namely the internal, external, and marginal energies. The living entities are his marginal energies, and some of them, in the confidence of the Lord, are entrusted with the work of creation. Also, as are Brahma, Marichi, etc. And the acts of creation are inspired by the Lord unto them. Tene Brahma Hrida. The external energy Maya is impregnated with the jivas or conditioned souls. The unconditioned marginal potency acts in the spiritual kingdom, and the Lord, by his different plenary expansions, maintains them in different transcendental relations displayed in the spiritual sky. So the one supreme personality of Godhead manifests himself in many, Bahushyam, and thus all diversities are in him, and he is in all diversities. Although he is nevertheless different from all of them, that is the inconceivable mystic power of the Lord. And as such, everything is simultaneously one with and different from him by his inconceivable potencies. Achintya Bheda Abhed.
So some people ask why all this tamasha is going on. Why Lord creates and he maintains and then he annihilates. Just like sometimes a child makes a sandcastle in the seashore and makes hole this way, makes some windows, makes some doors. And then when his mom is calling, he just destroys and then goes away. Is Lord like a playful child? What does he derive by creating the world and maintaining it and then annihilating it? And he has put all of us here. He wants to play and he's putting us also in trouble. Some people ask like that. Therefore, it's very important for us to know the purpose of the material creation. So I'll tell you 8 reasons today why this material world is created, maintained, and annihilated. And you can see for yourself whether it makes sense or not. You will see that when we are living in this world, we are all observers, correct, no? What I am going to tell you, you can observe and learn from this. Because Srila Prabhupada's style of teaching was always begin from familiar to unfamiliar. Go from something which is right next to you, familiar. He said, this is Jada, this is Chetan. He made it so simple and lucid for us. So the first thing you will see, the world, when we observe around us, we see that there is a hard work beginning from the CEO in his AC room in the top in a company down to the coolie in the street. Everybody is struggling hard. This is the first observation we can make. The hard struggle for existence. There is a book called Elevation to Krishna Consciousness. There is one full chapter on that. Hard struggle for happiness. Hard struggle for existence. You will see that. So this is something one can observe, that people are struggling hard for what? Struggling hard for accumulating. There is a tendency in people to think that if you work hard, you can make more money. If you make more money, they equate money to happiness. So they struggle very hard. So naturally, whenever there is a struggle, what is something that you desire in that struggle is relief. Correct or not? Is it not true? Struggle leads you to thinking that I want to get relief from this struggle. Most of the people working hard in this world, you will see, when they struggle, they will tell you that I want to work till the age of 50 or 60. Then put money in the bank and relax in an easy chair. I can relax, He will say, once my children grow up, they get certain job and my daughters are married, and I have my own house, all EMI is paid, I don't have to pay any more EMI. After that. And what I will do? Relax. Actually, a Krishna's devotee will never say that about spiritual activities. Is there anybody who says, oh, I will do all these spiritual activities. Once I go to Goloka, I can relax. Do you think they will say that? Only jnanis want to relax in Brahma Jyoti. But devotees will want to go on serving. But in material life, we want to relax. The reason is because when you experience a struggle for existence, it is not at all satisfying for one reason. I'll tell you why. You will see that you go here, go there, work hard and make money, just like the honeybee is collecting a lot of honey. in the honeycomb. And then one day a farmer comes with a fire torch and drives away all the honeybees and takes all the honey away. Same thing happens to our money also. Money is honey. Therefore, it's correct to compare money with honey. Because you collect and keep in the bank, and that money you are not going to enjoy. You will die and go away. Somebody else is going to enjoy that money. Correct, no? Or somebody will steal that money. That means when you are alive, money may be taken away. Or if money could not be taken away, you protected it very well, very intelligently, smartly, meticulously. You kept in the bank. Then you will die and go. Then you will leave the money and go. So Bhagavatam, one place I read one striking statement. Prabhupada says, either money leaves you or you leave money. In either case, you are not going to enjoy all the money that you accumulated. So in this way, you will see that. Or you can also see, you work hard to build a house, and after 100 years, the house becomes unfit for residing. Correct? No? It breaks. It has to be remade again. You will see that. Roads, people are making, government is making. After every 20, 30, 40 years, the roads break. Correct? No? And then it has to be remade also. Again, the whole thing is destroyed and again it is remade. So you will see that the material world is a place which is bustling with activity. You will see that the sun rises in the morning, it absorbs the water of the ocean and makes clouds. The clouds shower, rains, and then the grains are produced, crops are produced, vegetables, fruits are produced. The living entities eat them and become plumpy. Now they have strength and they want to exploit other living beings. They go here and there with their lust, anger, and greed, and they are troubling one another. Mosquitoes bite you and you beat the mosquitoes. Like that, people also trouble one another in this world. Mother-in-law may trouble daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law may trouble mother-in-law. When mother-in-law troubles daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law takes her husband to London. The girl. And mother-in-law is crying. Isn't it? So in this way, you will find the whole world is filled with living entities troubling. Each other after getting the strength from eating. And then they are also bringing money and losing money and going away, collect money, put it in the bank, one day die, and then leave the money and go. Isn't it? And similarly, build the house, and after one generation, the house is unfit to live. You have to break it and again remake it, isn't it? Then you produce a baby, you are very happy with the baby, but eventually the person grows up and eventually he dies. So everything you will see that there is srishti, there is maintenance, and there is pralaya for the bodies of the living entities, for the houses, for the roads, and for the material world itself. This is the principle. So you can understand, as it is said, that for doing this, two observations we made till now. The first observation is Shita Atapa Vata Barishana Yedina Yamine Jagire. सब लोग बोलिए Shita Atapa Vata Barishana Yedina Yamine Jagire. विफले से विनो कृपाण दुर्जना विफले से विनो कृपाण दुर्जना चपल सुख लाभ लागी रे. This is the first lesson we learned, that material world means saying in cold, freezing cold winter, you don't want to get out of the house, but you have to go to office. Then in the hot summer, you are feeling uneasy to work in the office, but you have to work. Okay? And women have to work in the kitchen and cook also. Similarly, in the rainy season, nobody feels like walking on the road, which is it's all muddy and everything. But you have to go to school, you have to go to college, you have to go to office. So a lot of hard work is there in the material world. So that's what he's saying. And was serving the Durjan, people who are cow flesh eaters who make a lot of money through you. You work for them and you share their money. What kind of world is this, he's saying. So the hard work makes you think that I want to get out of the situation. I want to relax. That desire for relaxation comes, number one. Number two, he says, Yedhana Yovana पुत्र परिजन इते किया चे परति तीरे ये धन कमल दल दल जीवन तलमल भजहु हरिपद नीति रे. So he says, okay, hard work is not liked by us because too much of stress and strain and everything. Okay, anyway, we have to do it, we will do it. But the result of that hard work is, he says it's like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. It doesn't remain. The result is temporary. Money, you bring so much money and the money is temporary. And you build a house all your life paying back EMI or something and then it will leave and go. That is temporary. You beget children, raise them, and you think I can be happy here forever with my mother and father, wife and children, my home, my car, my job, and by the time you're thinking like that, one by one, everything will be taken away. House will be gone and relatives will be gone one by one. So, material world is a place of, my Guru Maharaj was telling, he had told that he will come to Brahmachari class at 12 o'clock. And we were waiting, Kirtan was going on, it became 12:30, 12:45. At last at 1 o'clock he came. Maharaj said, see, I was busy in Radha Gopinath temple. I was busy in the temple hall conducting a marriage, he said. So he said, here I am conducting a marriage, bringing a boy and girl together, and here I am teaching all brahmacharis to renounce the world. He was telling. And then, and Maharaj said, one family had invited him to go because one very important member of the family, one grandfather had passed away. Maharaj couldn't go immediately. Maharaj said, I will come 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks later when Maharaj went, they were saying, Maharaj, we are more happy that now you came 2 weeks later. Maharaj asked why? Because a new baby is born in the house. Maharaj said, simultaneous unhappiness. Here one very important leading member of the family, old man, he is passed. And then 2 weeks later, a baby is born. Here Maharaj is conducting a marriage, bringing them together and advising, stay together. Here is telling, give up. That is material world, he was telling. So it's Kamala Dala Jala, Jevana Thalamala. So he says it's like a drop of water in lotus leaf. Wow, hard work is the first thing which makes us feel I want relief. And the second thing is, everything is temporary in this world. Kya maja hai isme? What is the point in accumulating? You accumulate here and then it will be taken away there. Correct now? So therefore, it makes one think, is this really a worthy pursuit for working hard to expand this material life in such a manner that it will all be taken away? That's the second thing you learn. And third thing you learn is that there are many people. There was an old man who was 80 years old. So he was telling doctor, doctor, I want to get rid of this body. I want to die as soon as possible. Please help me. And doctor said, see, you will only die when you have to die. At that time only you can die. You can't die whenever you want immediately. See, which means you will see that when a person is young, he doesn't want to die. He wants to enjoy. But when a lot of bodily parts are giving complications, multiple organs are giving complications, then his wanting to leave the body is also another type of enjoyment. How many of you can appreciate that point? Correct now? Why he want to get rid of the body now? It's giving trouble. Earlier, why did he not want to die? Because his body is giving enjoyment. That means his goal is? His goal is enjoyment. You will see that. Actually, that is why the Narada boy, when he was wandering, there is one beautiful verse which says, Kalam pratikshan vimado vimatsaraha, it is said. What is that verse? Sankirtyamano Bhagavan Ananta. Like that, correct, no? No, not that. Naman janantasya hatatrapa pathan guhyani bhadrani kritani chasmaran kam paryatan tushtamana gatasprihaha kalam pratikshan vimado vimatsarah. That's a verse. See, Namani Anantasya. He was glorifying Supreme Lord Krishna, who has Ananta names. Namani Anantasya Hatatrapa Patan. He gave up all the bodily designations. Guhyani Bhadrani Kritani Chasmaran. The most confidential and auspicious pastimes of the Lord, he was speaking and remembering when he went from place to place. Gam Paryatan. He went from village to village, holy place to holy place. Tushtamana means Tushtamana, completely satisfied. Gatasprihaha, he gave up all material hankerings. Kalam, pratikshan, peacefully waiting. Vimado, he was not proud of his position. Vimatsaraha, he was not envious of other living entities. And he told the Lord, whenever you want to take me, you can take me. If you have to wait in this old body for 20 years, I can wait. Or if you want to take me instantly, you can take me. Because I don't want to enjoy. I just want to please you or serve you the way you want me to do. So you will see that first I told you, in this world there is hard work, power gap, hard work. And the second I told you that even if you work hard and accumulate, everything is temporary. Thirdly, now what you are talking now is, even if you want to get out of this miserable situation, can you get out? You cannot. That's the third point. Anadi karma phale padiva varnava jale tarivare nade ki upai. You will see that this verse, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, due to my karmic reactions from Anadikal, action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction. I have accumulated a lot of things like that. And now the results of them are coming now. And I am like a man who is dropped from an aeroplane into in the middle of an Atlantic. And I am flapping, but I am trying to come out. But Atlantic is so vast. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink. What is that riddle? Answer is ocean. So in the ocean, water is available, but you cannot drink. Similarly, the material world is full of sense objects which cannot give you happiness. Sense objects are all pregnant with suffering. Pregnant means when you touch them, they'll deliver you suffering. All the material objects are like that. As soon as you want to enjoy, you will get suffering. Therefore, I told you water everywhere, not a drop to drink. So, in this way, neither can you enjoy here, nor can you get out. And therefore, it's a nadyaki upai. I don't have any upai in this world to get out of this world. This is the third observation you can make. Then what a person thinks, I am suffering so much because probably I don't have enough. Let me go to the demigods. Demigods can give a long duration of life. Not that everything will be immediately taken away. Let me go to heaven and live a long life. Let me have a very fine ethereal body. Let me have a handsome body. And there are also handsome women, apsaras. There is also somaras you can drink. And amritam you can drink and live 10,000 years or 1 lakh years. And then in this way, one prays to different demigods. Some people say that is Jagrat Ganapati. This is Jagrat Devi. People go to Vaishnavi Devi. People go to, correct, no? Jagadushit Ganapati. They go to different Jagrat. Jagrat means the Lord who gives you material benediction very quickly. That's what they think, correct, no? People go to various devatas. And then they want to get material benedictions to prolong the happiness, correct or not? The idea is to, okay, I am suffering in this world, but I will try to prolong my happiness. And prolonging happiness means I escape from suffering, correct, no? With that idea. But then eventually one will understand. Antavat phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam. Devan deva yajayanti madbhaktayanti mapi. Lord says that even if you go to the demigod planets, after some time you have to fall back. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartinojana. You'll come back to this material world. Again, you'll fall back into the Martiloka only. Not only that, the demigods and their benedictions, and even you and your body in this world, all these things will be washed away at the time of pralaya. When the pralaya happens, then what is the use of the benedictions, material benedictions that you obtain from the demigods? So then one understands this is also useless. Then one comes to the conclusion that there is only one way to get out of this suffering, which is Harim Vina Mritim Na Taranti. Mukti Pradata Sarvesham Vishnur Evana Samshaya, it is said. So Mukti Pradata is only one person, which is Vishnu. Therefore, the Jiva then turns towards the Supreme Lord. Get me out of the situation. That's the verse which says, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat tam eva vidvanati mrityumeti na anyah pantha vidyate ayanaya tam ishwaranam paramam maheshwaram tam daivatanam paramam cha daivatam patim patinam paramam parastat vidama devam bhuvaneshwamidhyam yasmat param na paramasti kinchit yasmannaniyo jo yosti kinchit vriksha stabdo dividishtatyekastenedam purnam purushena sarvam. Prabhupada quotes these three verses one after another in the Bhagavad Gita one place. So he says that uh, uh, the one who want to transcend death in this world, there is only one way, he's saying, na anya pantha, means there is no other way. Vidyate ayanaya. I do not know any other path. What is that only one way? Vedaham etam purusham mahantam. Turn, lift your vision to the Purushottama Lord, who is Krishna or Vishnu or Rama. They are all Purushottam. Raise your attention to that Supreme Lord. Try to understand Him, who He is. Just like you are the Atma operating this bodily machine, Supreme Lord is the Paramatma who is operating the cosmic machine. Try to understand Him. Don't try to remain within this cosmos and try to struggle in this Atlantic of vast material existence, samsara sagara. Look up towards the Lord. Because Devatas cannot get you out of this world. Devatas can make your material life a little better, but they cannot take you out of the situation. It's like catching the tail of a dog and expecting dog to help you cross the Atlantic. And dog is it's doing like that. How can the dog swim in the ocean? How foolish it would be. And not going to demigods also and trying to make the material life better is like a stone boat, it is said in Bhagavata. I was wondering, how can there be a stone boat? As soon as you keep the stone boat, it will immediately drown. And Bhagavatam says, that's correct. The material life is so short. Immediately it will be finished. And if you take help of demigods, the dog will take you a little distance. That's all. But one should take shelter of Supreme Lord Krishna. And he can actually, he says, Teshamaham samuddarta mrita samsara sagarat. Bhava minachirat partha. It doesn't take much time if you become a devotee of Supreme Lord. You can go back to God very easily. So then one can uplift one's vision to Supreme Lord, where one can actually look for the solution. And then what happens, after you look up to Supreme Lord, you understand how great He is and how small I am. This is another purpose. That one comes to understand when one you start researching on the Supreme who is beyond this world, then you will understand. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahuram yo vidadati kaman. He is one Supreme and we are is singular Supreme, plural subordinates. All the Devatas are also plural subordinates. But the singular Supreme, capital God, is only one. And He maintains all of us. He maintains 8.4 million species of life. My Lord, what an amazing world He has created. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradaha pita. 14.4 Krishna says, I have created all these 8.4 million species and I am feeding them food, a different type of food. Then one understands, Lord creates the sun and moon, which are His two eyes, hot eye and cool eye. He produces grains, fruits, cereals, spices, vegetables and all. And He fills them up with juices with the cool eyes, moon. And in this way, He has produced everything for me to eat, for me to drink water, for me to reside on the platform of the earth. He has given me the Vedas to study. I can study the Vedas. He has sent saintly persons to enlighten me and uplift me. And He has also sent the holy name, which is a supreme purifier. So the study of the Shastras can give you spiritual strength. Intelligence can be strengthened by study of Shastra. And by chanting the holy name, mind can be cleansed. And by engaging the senses in Lord's service, the engagement of the senses can purify the senses. So for the students abroad, I showed them one action. You see. Strengthen the intelligence. Say, strengthen the intelligence. Purify the mind. Engage the senses. You remember this? So how do you strengthen the intelligence? By study of Shastra. How do you purify the mind? Chanting of them. How do you engage the senses? Rishikena? Yeah. Don't smoke a cigarette, instead offer agarbatti to look. Isn't it? Engage the senses. Correct, no? So in this way, by doing, so you uplifted your vision towards the Supreme Lord, understood He is the only person who can deliver me. And after knowing that, you know his greatness and your smallness. How great he is, how small I am. We come to understand. And also, we get a spiritual, that's where the spiritual perspective of life starts. This kind of creation, maintenance, annihilation, it keeps happening. Then we go from a material outlook of the material world to spiritual outlook. That's the time. Then we understand why we have to go to Supreme Lord, why we have to turn to Him. Then we get a spiritual outlook. And another advantage is your vision becomes broad. It is not very narrow. We are not like a frog in the well. See, nowadays students are so narrow-minded. They think that, go to school, go to college, earn a degree, get a job, make money, enjoy life. That's all they know. It's actually Shudra consciousness, it is. Very much ignorant, mode of ignorance type of consciousness it is. And similarly, many youngsters are connecting male and female. Actually, they think that male and female connection is giving happiness. It's not a new thing that they are teaching. Shastras are saying, when you connect, you suddenly feel happiness, but that happiness is very short-lived. It's like a nectar in the beginning, poison forever. Yeah. After that, isn't it? So foolish it is, isn't it? So they are like cats and dogs because they're not studying Shastra. Their intelligence is not strong. That's the problem. They're very weak-minded. And because Kali Yuga has even more problems also, they are going and revealing mind to one another and becoming close friends and ending up in sex life. And the result is very disastrous. It creates a ghastly future for them because they are connecting without the permission of the parents. And later on, parents will not allow them to marry. And many of the times they have caste considerations, monetary considerations, so many things. And then they will be even more shattered. They are psychologically shattered, physically shattered. How horrible it is. Crazy. So, therefore, in this way, one becomes Udaradhi. When you study the Shastra, you become very broad-minded. You understand, Mahavishnu is excelling in the whole universes are created and going and coming out. What am I doing? I am an insignificant creature in this world. So you can understand that. You become very, very broad-minded. Let us see how many of them I covered just now. This I made for my 5th book, Essence of Bhagavad Gita in those days, which was never published. Yeah, this is the one. See, valuable lessons to be. Read the heading. Mike, yeah.
Valuable lessons to be learned in our lives from cosmic creation and cosmic annihilation.
Yeah. So, first one, only heading we will read.
To get the desire to get out of this material world.
Correct. No? Actually, this desire itself is a great desire. This is a desire of a jnani. Jnani wants to get out of the world. But the karmis and yogis want to remain here. They don't know how dangerous it is to remain here. Even to get a desire to get out is a great thing. And the second one?
Evoke surrender to the Lord.
Yeah. Third one?
Temporary nature of material world.
Yeah.
Refutes demigod worship. Helplessness and insignificance.
Yeah.
Makes us broad-minded.
Yeah. Udaradi.
Gives us spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
And Lord's greatness.
Yeah. So Lord is such an amazing Lord. So Savadabra Karno Bhagavan Vivruddha Premasvitena Nayanam Buruhan Vijrumbam Utthaya Vishva Vijayaya Chano Vishadam Madhya Panayatat Purusha Purana. So in this verse, there is one word called Vishwa Vijaya. Lord is such an intelligent person. He conquers the jivas in the material world by making this program now. So I'm going to conclude with an example. If you understand this example, your affection for Lord will increase rather than become frustrated with Him for creating this world. See, one couple, they wanted to go to from Pune to Chopati to attend the Bhagavatam class. So, of course, that's a very rich family. They had a very big Innova car. The father was about to in the early morning leave at 5. See, children don't like to get up so early in the morning. Unless you are a special, very devotee child like these children, they can get up in the morning. So, he had one son and one daughter, little daughter and one 3-4-year-old son. So father told his wife that, he told her, you sit behind with the children, I will drive the car. And the little girl was ready to come. She was already asleep. She was in the mother's lap. But the small boy was not ready to board the car. When he got up at 5 o'clock, he told the father, Papa, I will drive the car. You sit behind. So the father was wondering, what is he talking? How you are so small, your even leg won't reach the brake. And if you are holding the steering, but how will you drive? He was very adamant. No, I will stand and drive. Very adamant. I know, I will sit in the front seat. I'll manage. So father was wondering. So he had three possibilities he had. One possibility is, taunt him and give him a tight slap, because he's very adamant. And then naturally he will sit, father will put him in the side of his seat, and then the boy will go to sleep after weeping. And the father is driving the car. When the boy gets up, will he be able to see his father? Will he talk to his father properly? No. Because right now he knows my father slapped me. So he'll be very upset. So he develops anger. So he will just turn away his face from the father. So the loving relationship is spoiled by that, isn't it? Or he can do another thing. He can put the child inside the home and say, okay, you don't come to Bombay, we are going. He can lock up the child and go. Can he do that? Very dangerous. Tomorrow if some problem comes to the child, psychologically there will be a terrible problem. Leaving the child in a locked house, it's not proper. Or thirdly, he can understand that, okay, my child, here is the car, here is the key, you start the car, me and my wife and my daughter, we are sitting behind, and we'll all tightly close our eyes. Whatever has to happen to car will happen. Allow him to drive the car. Is it a good idea? He will go and hit car will go and hit a tree or something. There will be a terrible accident. That is also not proper. So, the father was wondering what to do. None of this is a good idea. The third one leads to accidents. And the second one is dangerous for the child. It's improper. And the first one spoils the love. So he thought none of it is good. So finally the father suggested to the boy, okay, beta, you can sit on my lap and hold the steering and you can drive. And the son said, you are making a fool out of me. He will drive the car and I am just sitting with you. This is nonsense. This idea I don't. You should sit behind only. Not even in the side. Because if you are on the side, you'll keep giving me ideas. You sit behind. I should not even see you. I should drive alone. He said, oh, really? Okay. Then the father decided that, okay, I bet I'll give you a toy car with a pedal. So he gave him a toy car with a pedaling car. So father said, you come in the sidewalk and I'll be on the road. We both will drive. So the boy, went how much, like from Kunjabari temple to GPO, post office. That much distance the boy was pedaling some 100 or 200 steps. Guess what happened to him? He got tired. Initially, when he got the toy car, he said, Papa, this is even better than your Innova also. Because you have given my own car. Instead of having your car, I have a hum car. They gave me my own car. I can drive. I am this car. He identified with this car and he started pedaling. But then after a little distance, he got very tired. Then he understood, he got fed up with the car. So the father said, okay, beta, now you come in my car. Then when the son sat by the side of the father, when the father went, the son was in a very happy mood. Father gave him some biscuits to eat, and then Lonavala came. Son was showing the waterfalls. He was showing the trees and plants. So the relationship was not spoiled there. Relationship was maintained. Now, what is this analogy? You may be wondering, what is this car? What is this boy? What is this father? See, father is Krishna in this example. And the son is all of us, living entity. We are so adamant to enjoy independently, we don't even want to see the father. Therefore, we are telling him, sit behind. I don't want to even look at you also. So the super soul is coming with you or not? He's coming, but he is not showing insult to you because we don't want to see him. We have told him, don't come in front of me. Leave me, give me a vehicle and leave me alone. So what is the vehicle he has given us? Material body. So this is a pedaling car. Pedal. Get tired of this car. How many of you got tired of the material body? Got tired? Of course, some of us are still not tired also. We're still pedaling, trying. How try, Marang? How try? Okay. Isn't it? Isn't it? So, and why is it? That's why Vishwavijaya is saying, why is Vishwavijaya? Lord is so kind. Once Gauranga Prabhu and we were talking, he said, Radheshyam, when I see Krishna is so merciful, I'll tell you why is he merciful, he told me. I asked why. See, for our independent program, he expands as Mahavishnu and creating universes, and he enters into each universe, and then he creates Brahma, and then creates all these 14 planetary systems, and he enters into every atom. Poor Krishna, he has so much Leela to do in the spiritual world, he can enjoy. But for our independent program, to support our independent program, he is coming. Therefore, he is most merciful. And then he was telling that if a father sees that a son is disobedient and acting independently, he will say, get lost. Do you think he will give money for his independent program? No father will sponsor the independent plans of a son who is wanting to do naughty things like smoking, drinking, and everything. But Krishna is sponsoring our son's education program. Therefore, he is most merciful. Actually, we don't even want to look at his face. We are asking him, how are you, God? Still he is saying, okay, I am not God, please take this money and enjoy. He's providing us facility. You can imagine what a merciful personality he is. Therefore, it is said, Puri Karunaya. He's most merciful. And then he takes care that we don't develop hatred for him. Therefore, he's coming with us, but not showing himself to us. And we keep Matta Smritirjnanam. He's going on giving. God gives, forgives. We get, forget. Like that. And then after later on, many lifetimes we turn to him. By meeting saintly persons, by studying Shastra, we come to good senses. So in this way, the creation, maintenance, annihilation is necessary. See, Maya is not inactive. She gives kicks to the jivas. Then only they will think of going back to Godhead. Otherwise, they will become lethargic. One boy was telling, why should Maya give suffering? I will be happy here, Krishna can be happy there, he said. This is like the boy is saying that, no, I will drive my pedaling car, but my father go in Nagar. It's foolish boy. Because can he be happy independently? No. On the other hand, you sit with your father's car, how comfortable you can be. You don't have to drive also, you can enjoy watching scenic beauty and you can be talking to father, eat biscuits, relax, everything you can do, which is more happier. But Jiva wants to be independent, foolishly. So, I coined this example because I felt that this easily conveys the mentality of the Jiva and the kindness of the Lord, isn't it? So these are 8 reasons I showed you why this cosmic dissolution and all is kept. Bhutva pralayate. Actually, nothing is killed. Bodies cannot be killed. Prabhupada says when a tiger pounces on a deer is not killed because the soul in the body of the deer cannot be killed. Only the body is torn, which is also temporary body. So in the same manner, in this world, what we call as suffering is there only due to illusion. Otherwise, the soul is unaffected. It is indestructible. So, but the jiva in the conditioned state identifies with the body and therefore he suffers in this world. But the moment we look up to the Supreme Lord and his shelter and his greatness, his kindness, his mercifulness, then we are right there at the right place. Then we can take to the Bhakti Yoga process of chanting Hare Krishna. As I told you, 3 things. What is this? I told you? By Shastric study. And what I told you? Cleanse the mind by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And what is this one I told you? Engage senses in what? Yes. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. I'd like to thank His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu for taking time out for us. Yesterday he gave class at NVCC, then there was a Bhagavatam installation, then he had some very important work, he had important work to finish, so that made him go late night yesterday, and he was working. And today morning he's giving Bhagavatam class here, and tomorrow at Kunj Bihari. And there's a series of programs. I saw his schedule online, so many things going on. And on Wednesday morning, he goes to Delhi, and from Delhi, he goes to US for 2 months. But Prabhuji took out time for us. It's his love for us that he always comes here. Whenever I request him, Prabhuji is quickly he's so easy to approach and he's always agrees. So we'd like to thank His Grace Radheshyam Prabhupada chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Whole world is talking about Happy New Year today. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. So New Year can be happy if we can lift our face and see the Supreme Lord. Because that is real happiness. Otherwise, Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. So that is the one-line punching conclusion of today's Bhagavata.